Yoyos Only, Part 2. Let's go. Last episode, I beat the Eye of Cthulhu, Desert Scourge, and Brain of Cthulhu. You know the way I'm gonna start off this episode? Beating women. But come on, I swear, it's just a joke. I only need their body parts to craft new and epic accessories to make me have an easier time fighting the next few bosses. And speaking of those bosses, the first one that I tried to take on with my new shiny sandstorm in a bottle was the Perforator Hive. And, you know, that was going pretty well. Up until the exact moment that, no, it was no longer going pretty well. And you may be able to tell it wasn't going very well by the fact that I fucking died. After dying to Perforators, I decided to attempt Queen Bee for a cool new yo-yo that would help us do more damage against the Perforators. And oh man, this fight was not fucking fun, let me tell you that. The issue I was constantly running into was that my yo-yos simply weren't fast enough to keep up with the bosses, and this trend would continue for a good long while. Now that we killed Queen Bee, we can craft the Hive-Five, a new yo-yo which not only releases bees and hornets when it hits an enemy, but also has much higher range and speed than the artery we were using. With our new powerful yo-yo upgrade, the Hive-Five, I decide it's time to take on the Goblin Army and finally get some much needed upgrades to our accessories, which at this point are very lacking. I do the same thing that I do to every single invader to these shores, punt them off the roof without a single shred of mercy in my boot. With a fresh new pair of kicks, a sandstorm and a balloon, and a lot of significantly better reforges on my weapons and accessories, it's time for a rematch against the Perforator Hive. And to no one's surprise, this time, I crush its skull with my bare hands. Well, really yo-yo, but you know, you get it. Killing the Perforators unlocks us a new yo-yo called the Aorta, which, you know, it's pretty good. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Now we're off to the skies to mine aerialite ore, not for armor or the yo-yo it makes, because both are useless to us. We want the bundle of horseshoe balloons and 30 Tesla potions, because they are both fantastic. With Queen Bee and the Perforator Hive savagely obliterated by the might of our stringed souvenirs, it is finally time to move on to the next roadblock of our challenge. That roadblock is Skeletron, and he's more like a very small rock in the middle of the road that you can just sort of drive over without even noticing he was there, because I really forgot I was fighting a boss in the middle of this and actually went to eat food. So most of the gameplay you're gonna see is actually from my dog beating the boss. He's a very good boy, but clearly we're gonna have to work on his Terraria skills. This is not acceptable for someone in my house. Skeletron himself drops almost nothing useful for us, but we don't really care about that, because now we're immediately going off to the underworld to farm for the new Cascade Yo-Yo, which can now drop from enemies down there. While farming, I found out that there was a small itty-bitty glitch with the Tesla potion that sends every single enemy it touches to the fucking back rooms. But hey, we still got the Cascade, and after taking a quick break to reforge it, we're now going off to fight the Slime God for our final upgrade before the Wall of Flash, and consequently, hard mode. Because I'm terrible at this game, I got humiliated by fucking Slime God on my first attempt. But after a brief break to craft Terraspark boots and regain my self-confidence, we're back at it again and ready to take our revenge. Anyone who tells you it's best served cold has never given it hot. Remember when I said that the range and speed of my Yoyos being inadequate would continue for the entirety of pre-hard mode? Well, yeah, I was right, because you can see with just how much trouble I had finishing Slime God off how true that is. But in the end, he fell, we stood victorious, with his stupid slimy head ground to a paste under our heel. But of course, like every single boss in this fucking game who can drop a yo-yo, Slime God didn't drop his for us, so we have to craft ourselves the God's Gambit, which shoots streams of slime at enemies when they get close. It's pretty good, and better than Cascade for Wall of Flesh. You know what doesn't work well for Wall of Flesh? One of the fucking potions you're using freezing and crashing your entire game. So now, without Tesla potions this time, I made a second attempt at the wall, thinking, how bad could it possibly be? I could not have imagined the horrors that lay in wait for me. You cannot get close to the wall, you cannot touch it, you cannot fight it, you just die. Everything I tried, buffs, changing the arena, forging, none of it worked. I was losing hope. I really thought this might be it. This might be as far as I can go. Was this the end? Had I quite literally hit the wall in terms of this challenge? No. No, I had not. Because despite the challenge, despite the difficulty of fighting the wall, I needed one thing and one thing alone to win. Unbreakable determination. Well, that's all I got for now. I'll see you next time in hard mode. Wish me luck.